Jesus taught in simple terms that the object of this life is not death, but a greater expression of life. Everyone is a unit in the whole principle, operating in harmony, where every individual stands in his own domain, completely in accord. For that reason, you will find if you go through the simple teachings of Jesus that he put forth the declaration, I am God, for every individual to use. That is not a part of the principle, but the principle itself. Religious doctrines have all too often emphasized theory instead of practice. Repetition of such an attitude limits our understanding of truth to the physical things, and we lose the spiritual significance. When Jesus was asked regarding the answering of prayer, he said that the reason prayer was not answered was that the asking had been amiss. You will find that if you stand definitely with a positive declaration, you will not need to use words at all. The moment that you realize within yourself that abundance already exists for you, at that very instant the condition manifests for you. Then you do not need outside suggestion. You are in perfect harmony with principle. The instant you think of any condition, you are one with it. You will find that if you stand definitely with a situation, you will never need to repeat a petition. It is finished before you ask. Jesus said, while they are asking, I have heard. Then he went right on and said, before it is spoken, it is already accomplished. Do we need to go on asking for a condition that is already accomplished? How many times can a condition be completed? Need we beg for something that is already ours? No. You can trace the lives of our greatest men and see how they accepted accomplishment. Deep in the subconscious, the way of accomplishment already exists. With freedom from any sense of limitation, they were able to express that which already existed. It is through complete lack of division that we stand as principle. How could we be in want if we put God in the place of want? Principle is harmonious and flows according to definite laws with which man must learn to work. Questions and answers. Question. You say that we should never go back to the asking for anything we may want? Answer. That always implies doubt. If we go on right on, we are above every doubt and fear. If it was not already accomplished, we would never think of it. Question. In other words, seek and know and draw a mental picture of the completion? Answer. Yes, absolutely. If we look to divine mind for the solution, we open every avenue. If we project ourselves, we close every avenue except ourselves. The self makes mistakes, the other never does. Question. Why can't we hold out our hands as the masters do and have them filled? Answer. Because we will not do it. It is just because we say we cannot see it. Put out your hands and give thanks. That is what Elijah did. It is being done today in millions of forms. Question. In what way have the masters helped you in your work? Answer. I can say that had it not been for their assistance, the work could not even have been started, let alone be carried on. We have never had to go to any organization or individual outside of our own family group. Had it not been for their assistance, we would not have been able to carry on even had we had the finances. We have gone on many times according to our own deductions, but in every instant we have had to come back to their conclusions, which are based upon the knowledge of chemistry and mechanical devices preserved from ancient civilizations. Next chapter. The truth shall make you free. Jesus told us that the truth would make us free. When one stands in that free-flowing stream of universal power, nothing can touch him, let alone hinder or stop him. The Christ is God flowing through the individual. One standing in that attitude has everything to use, and all of the principle flows through him. Why has this power become static, inactive, and non-responsive in so many of us? Only because of our own attitude toward it. Each individual's attitude of thought can completely check the utilization of it, even though it continues to flow in universal abundance. When one is aware of this power flowing through him, he can give conscious expression to it. When Jesus made the statement regarding his unity with the Father, he knew that all humanity could be as he was and is. The truth frees us from any negative condition in which we may be involved. We alone bring about those negative conditions, and we alone can free ourselves from them by changing our thoughts. Jesus knew the science of expressing that freedom. He knew that humanity would go on to greater and greater accomplishment as more individuals grasp the truth. We are just beginning to realize our possibilities. All through the scientific world, changes are coming about. Scientists are learning that if they will definitely work with principle, they will accomplish their research more effectively and quickly. That attitude is taking their work out of the guessing state. The debasement of God is death. There is no death except through the debasement of God. Jesus showed us the way to turn to God. Worship God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength. In debasement, we have worshipped outside conditions and made every idol possible and worshipped them. Man must bring forth God from within, in that way presenting God to the whole world. Many people have asked where we get our authority for our statements. You can find it for yourself by taking a Jewish Bible and a lexicon and making your own translation. You will find a complete story of millions of years of evolution in the first chapter of Genesis. We find that there have been great epochs of humanity. Through the distortion of the original teachings, humanity has been taught that it was outside of God's dispensation, living in a material condition through which it must work. But God never casts man outside of himself. Man himself has built the illusion of a mortal existence wherein God must be won by prayer and acceptance of religious formalities. Yet no matter what attitude we take, we cannot alter perfection. It stands preeminent. It does not matter to principle into what form you build this body with your thoughts. You do not alter principle in any way by building what you think of as an imperfect body. We can entertain all the doubts we wish, but someday the truth will sink in. When we drop all our doubts, we are back in perfection, where we belong. Jesus told us that we are our own Savior,